Okay, let me quickly post in the other channels as the stream is finally up. Okay, and we're live. I hope the recording works fine, I hope the stream works fine, and let's get the show on the road. Let's see where we stopped. I just loaded the vehicle we ended up last time. What? So yeah. A little bit off. Hope that's... whatever. Controls are a little bit wonky. Hope that fixes itself. Anyways, this is a little destroyer we got. It's currently at 53k resources, so decently cheap. It got a placeholder flag. At present, it got a placeholder for the laser turret, which is supposed to be its main gun. And we got a bunch of armor processors, just, again, placeholders. On the inside, we got a couple spin-blocked propellers in the back. We got 2 armor boxes. Not all that much armor in them, but at least they don't blow up the entire ship. We got the laser core itself, though I'm not particularly happy with that placement. We got a big engine, I believe that's a behemoth from Gerby's engine platform. We got another laser up here, small lamps, and a placeholder AI. Plus a little bit of PID, just so it's stable. The turret is actually both. It's a 360 elevation only, and underneath that we got a 360 1-axis. Together they make it so this one is on the second level of sub-objects, and therefore it doesn't have collision. And that's simply how the game is called, which in turn means that for testing purposes, this doesn't... I don't have to account for the shape of the turret with the structure holding it, since it can just clip through. I mean, it can just clip through and won't get stuck on anything. Even if it should get stuck quite heavily here. It just doesn't. For testing, that's okay. For the final design, I intend to at least account for it. I probably still leave it as a double sub-object, or 2-layer sub-object, just because it's a little bit less susceptible to getting stuck. And having the main gun stuck is kind of bad. So yeah, that's that. Let's give this one a quick test. Let's go with Steel Striders, Expert, Plane. And see how it does. The plane is over there. Not the best targeting, but block confetti. And now the targeting is almost keeping up. And the ship is dead. Or at least stopped. And that is dead. Yeah, that was certainly a rather quick fight. I'm not entirely sure if this cannon even has a right to exist right now, as the laser's already doing all the job, the entire job. So maybe make this a hash gun or something else for fighting bigger ships. We'll see about that. Also, I'm not entirely sure, but I probably have to remove the AI just to allow the turret to be placed. Which will give me a little bit of an issue actually finding a spot for the AI. What I wanted to do actually today, however, is design the armor, or put in the armor. If you look at the shape, you'll see that it's getting wider in steps. And on larger craft I usually use these steps for adding additional armor. So that on the inside these steps basically don't exist, because that's lined with armor. On this particular craft, however, I can't quite do that, because armor would be getting a little bit ridiculous in the center here and I don't have the space for that. So yeah, let's actually start by ripping out the AI and putting in the front turret, and then adding the armor around that. So we got two PIDs. One of those is going to be roll. I don't really care. And one of them is going to be pitch for now. Again, I don't really care. So this is still all placeholder. I got the mainframe, that should suffice for now. At least once I place it back in. The laser core is important, the AI is important, so let's just really, that's how it's going to be. Whatever. We got our AI. We got the card slot with the naval AI. Got a couple connectors. With a bunch of processing on it. I want inter-vehicle transmitter because all my craft have that. Then I want mirror mode off for a moment. And want to add the transmitter because it's a freaking AI. And all my craft always have wireless snooper on the AI itself. Just to ensure the AI has minimum detection capability, even if the external sensors are damaged or whatever. Especially useful if most of the sensors are on turrets, because this allows it to have at least a rough idea where the targets are, and thus can at least aim the turrets in the roughly direct direction, and then those sensors will take over, spot the target, and be way more accurate. So, yeah. That's the AI. You there, I would like to save you. Save sub-object, dummy. Thank you. And goodbye. This is where I want it. Can I move it back one? And there's still space for armor. And I don't have any issues around it. So let's place it right there. But now we need to actually account for the turret being there. So I will need to remove that one, that one, that one. That one, that one, and that one. And the same one level lower. Probably I delete a little bit too much, whatever. So now that turret should be able to turn around. Perfect. And let's activate mirror mode again. Get me some alloy. These I believe are 2 beams. No. That one is a 2 beam. These are 3. And in the front of the gun, it's the other way around. This one is 3. Those are 2. And now taking some metal. And with that, the turret is integrated into the hull. It still doesn't have a turret cap or anything, but whatever. One thing I want to change on the turret itself is this. They don't need to see anything, so whatever. We can just place them in here. And they work just as fine without actually making the turret any bigger. Yep, and it's already fully loaded. So, that's the first step. Now for armor. With the ship as it currently is, it's not the most tanky. Certainly, it doesn't have shields. It only got relatively weak armor, layer of metal and an inner layer of alloy. And most of the outer layer of metal is actually sloped, so lower hit points. Yeah, not the greatest. So let's see. I mean, the ship is already shaping up, but yeah, bit by bit. Yeah, on that one, I'm not sure if this is actually what I want from the gun. I mean, it totally works against most targets to a degree, but yeah. And actually, let's we got more than one AI. Interesting. We got 2, okay. Where's that second AI? Do I have one in here? Yep, there it is. You there are dying. Nope, you're not a weapon controller. Where's that other AI? Let's see. I placed one right here. That's the one I want. That's the other weapon controller. And as far as I know, I can't even place those. There we go. There it is. You there. Please be gone. Thank you. And hi there. Welcome to the stream. The stream is going to be quite long. The last time I streamed for about 6 hours. So there's no hurry, there's no rush. I take my time, you can take yours. If you got any ideas, suggestions for what I should do, feel free to voice them. If they are something I can integrate into the craft, I will try to do so. At least if they fit into the idea for the craft, which at present is a mid-game destroyer that's meant as an escort. So ideal at picking off drones, small flyers, all the nasty stuff that bigger ships have trouble actually taking care of, but a small ship might. I will add some torpedoes later on, so it has some anti-submarine capabilities, but not sure how much that'll be for now. I may actually end up using double AI setup. One AI for the laser anti-air, and one AI for the naval gun anti-surface vessel. So they got different targeting priorities, different sensor averaging times, so they both optimize for their corresponding weaponry. And let's check the caliber, it's 228. At what rate of fire? It's 30 RPM, so 60 in total. That's actually not bad. 228 at 60 RPM, that's quite nice. Let's see what happens if I... Actually, let's make it fun. A pure HE shell. Disable the AI for a moment. And add a good target. But since I don't want to actually be shot at, let's disable it. I would say that's working, even though not perfectly. Just judging from the sounds, there was a lot of internal explosions already. But yeah. Let's try it against a tougher enemy. Say, let's not overdo it. That's tough enough. High explosive shells start working at about 200 millimeters. At about 250 they really start to kick off. So this 228 millimeter gun would certainly work with hash. The reason I didn't use hash, at least for now, is hollow point is great for dealing kinetic damage and acts as an inertia fuse, so I don't need to actually add one, at least unless I hit shields. And on the other hand, high explosive is nice for finding weaknesses and ripping off surface stuff, for example sensors. And since this is meant as a more support craft rather than a main combat vessel, I actually, prefer having that equipped with stuff that disables the target rather than outright killing it, because killing it is a job of the other ships. So, yeah, we'll see about that. I might switch to hash or heat, but for now it's just a test shell. Let's target. Let's just target right there. Yeah. Multi-layer metal is basically the worst target for explosions, especially with little to no exposed bits. So I don't expect to do much. Out of fuel in this, the armor processors can't run. Let's fix that. Fuel storage. The craft bugged out. And it's fixed again. I have no idea why, but sometimes FtD just bugs out like that. Usually despawning and respawning the ship fixes that, so that's what I did. But let's actually turn on the craft and see what happens. That's significantly more damage than I expected from the laser. What distance is this? About 500 meters? Yeah, that's certainly not a long range laser. But I am kind of disappointed by the actual explosive shells. They deal so little damage. Let's switch it actually from a hollow point to a high explosive shell. Sorry, to a squash head. So, hash shell. Yeah, let's just leave the default setting for now. Yeah, I'm rolling a little bit too much, so your pitch, your roll, and that should fix it. That's a nice stream of blocks. Let's actually remove the laser from the equation. Please don't ram. You're not meant for ramming. Yeah. So I think you're actually right. Hash is more reliable than pure explosive in this case. I really want to have an efficient high explosive shell at some point, but apparently that point is not now. Also, yeah, let's repair the craft. And with this amount of ammunition processors, it should easily be able to reload. So, let's actually make it a proper fight, say against a Prowler, and so just see what happens. It's a little bit closer than I liked. Thank you very much, but that was a little bit too close. Let's try that again. That's better. Did I just kill my own turret? Yeah, I'm shooting myself. You restrict. To, I believe, 60 should work. Yeah, but I lost several sensors, so it's currently more or less blind. And also a little bit too finicky with its targeting. Yeah, those torpedoes might be a problem. The laser anti-munition system is currently not able to... Whoa. Yeah. Surprise it's holding up as well as this. Let's fix it. Fixed. This one can't see forward. Yeah, let's actually start by moving the shell inside. Or, nah, I wanted to do the armor, so let's do the armor. Center line is right here, mirror line. Come out of the water. That is going to be a bit annoying. Because I got to replace this bunch. Okay. First beam. Second one. And let's add the alloy back in. And with that we got the first layer of armor around the turret. I really like localized armor, so what I will... yeah, got the cache. What I will actually make the entire side this thick, and around the eye maybe block more. I really like having the best armor only around the spots that actually need them. So, yeah. Armor's expensive, so why waste it? What did I just do? That's not what I intended. That, I believe, is the inverted one. This is the inverted one, that means that's a regular one. Ah, dang it. You die, you die, you die, you high. What? That's... yep, something on the way. Yep. And that's the armor for that. That's going to take a while. Actually, let's see if she's still swimming. So, added a ton of metal. So it might actually not be too heavy. But actually seems to be fine. It's certainly a lot rockier than earlier. Well, that's probably because I removed the fuselage, so it's currently unable to roll or pitch stabilize. But yeah, it seems to be doing fine. And the price actually went down? That's not what I expected. I added stuff. Why would the price go down? Okay, maybe I misremember the cost, whatever. Let's add some fuselage again, just so it's working again. Yeah, do you guys have anything you would like to see me add? Because right now it's just about the right time to actually do stuff like that. Before I fill the inside entirely with other stuff. Also, I can adjust the setup here a little bit. Where's the multi-core? There. 155, I only need 80. So I can remove about half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had some discussions after building the ship last time. And one of the results was that I was informed that lasers ignore armor stacking. And therefore you only need the amount of armor piercing to actually deal full damage to the toughest block in the game, which is heavy armor and armor value of 40. In order to be able to deal full damage to that, you need an armor piercing value of 80. And this one is now 93, so I believe I can remove another 2. Maybe another 2 after that. And then we should be about 80. I'd like it to be a little bit above 80 just in case. 83, that's fine. And now the craft got more expensive. Whatever. I add stuff, the costs go down. I remove stuff, the costs go up. No clue what's... I added the fuel. Fuel is expensive, my bad. So, yeah. Let's actually take that shell and put it downstairs. Height of 1, width of 1, length of 8 or so. No, almost. 9. Capture. Let's place it right here for now. One knot. Seems to be about right. And the tip is present. Yep, that worked. Then remove this shell so it can't be damaged by fire on the top of the ship anymore. A guns. You there as well. So bit by bit. No, that's fine. The pitch is a bit more of a problem, but wrong end. Pitch should be about there. So actually let's just correct what's present and ignore the rest. Should work about right. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just good enough. So front gun is in. The really sensitive bits have been moved. Yeah, let's actually add a turret cap. Mirror mode, please. I would like a metal beam of 2 for here. Yep. Failsafe. Who needs a freaking failsafe? I would like a triangle corner. Not the prettiest third cap, but one that'll mostly do the job. At least it's better than leaving the stuff open. Yeah. Can I actually... Can't. Would have been too easy. I could use an AA mantlet instead of the elevation mantlet here, which would allow the ship to fire almost straight up. For example, at flying ships, flying vehicles, and would allow me to actually seal the gap down here. But I prefer using the elevation mantlets because they can aim downwards. Because when the ship is pitching or tilting up or whatever, then the barrels can compensate for that even going so far as basically pointing below the deck and still hit the enemy, even though the ship itself is somewhat unstable for some reason. And combat usually gives plenty of reasons for instability. Yeah, let's actually do the fight against the Prola again now that the stuff is inside. Turret doesn't move. Yep, it got stuck. Where? There. Isn't it? Let's see if that's enough. It is. Well, then that's that. While I'm at it, let's actually AI connector. Anywhere is fine. Where am I on the ship? Let's just say here. Add a receiver. Passive sonar to actually detect those pesky torpedoes. And active sonar to detect the rest. And with that, torpedoes should no longer be that much of an issue. Yeah. I kinda like this turret design. Because as you can see here, even though the turret cap got shot off and damage got in, the turret did not blow up. And the craft could continue to move. Also, the 3x3 cross section of the turret neck means that repairs are rather fast. Since repairs work by having one block and then being able to repair everything that's attached or at least adjacent to that block. So by having a 3x3 setup here, we can repair an entire layer on every step. So up to 9 repair bots could be active at the same time here. That speeds up repairs quite a bit. Even repairs by cheat skill. Yeah. Apparently the Prowler is a little bit too much for this one to take on, at least without shields. So for now I'll stop actually throwing it against the Prowler. And I think we should add an inertia fuse to those shells. I would like an inertia fuse. Set to 10 degrees. Yep. Yeah. Still lots to put inside, but we're getting there. I would however be curious to see how it's doing against a good flyer again. Let's try the Falcon. I'm not really familiar with Steel Strider designs, but and there it goes. And I'm fairly certain it won't. Oh, it's actually turning? And it got hit again. Not quite as reliable at killing it as I would like. Let's take that one again. Where's it? There it is. Yeah, it seems to be hitting a bit more consistently. Or consistently not. Let's see if that's better. Seems to be. Seems to be way better. And there it goes. But let's fix that the ship is going to those so very, very close, so thank you. Min range should be 500. Above 2 kilometers, stop bothering. This makes it 1.5 kilometer. Should be at a 90-degree angle. You should never go below 500 meter. Actually make that same. Depth requirement should be about 50. And turning circle, I'll max that for now. Later on I'll actually measure it. Or at least roughly guesstimate it, but for now that should be fine. Aero turret. Let's see. Lots of designs I'm not familiar with. That's a ton of missiles. And a nice bunch of blocks. And the missiles are not an issue. The shells, however, are. Simply because I don't have shields. Shields are so freaking important in this game. High-speed torpedoes, sorry, missiles. Not. Yeah, this ship is pretty much immune to missiles, at least missile impacts. But any kind of rapid-fire shell is currently getting through quite easily. So it really needs shields. But I'm not quite done with the armor. I'm still happy that it's actually able to float perfectly fine, without any power being used to actually make it float. Because that'll make it significantly harder to actually sink. I'm not even sure if there's an air pump in there right now. I think there isn't. Or did I add one back here? Let's quickly double check. Nope, no air pump. Perfect. Because no air pump means no issues. And adding an air pump later on makes it so it's even harder to sink. Especially once I section off the turret bit. And the other bits here make them into individual compartments and stuff like that. But that's for later. Yeah. The front here is nicely armored, mostly. But here's where I stopped armoring. And one can immediately see the result. No damage, tons of damage. In addition, that's right where the AI core is. So that's also where all the shells are trying to go. With that being said, we already got the first hour of streaming done. And the ship is moving along nicely. So let's continue. Sorry about that. Just quickly checking the Discord and stuff to see if if anyone wanted to tell me anything. I got the stream chat actually up on screen, but not the Discord and the other stuff. So yeah, armor, more of it. Okay, that should be the armor. Okay, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Little balls. Or little big balls. Yeah, feel free to drop in and out. The stream is probably going to go on for most of the day. The last time I streamed, I was streaming for about 6 hours with a couple breaks. Total stream time, total time I was streaming was about 8 hours. The recorded footage was about 6 hours, so there are 2 breaks of an hour each. Or 1.5 an hour, I believe, 1.5 hours. Basically, I ate dinner and went shopping in between. But yeah, it was a long day of streaming, and today I intend to basically repeat that feat. So yeah, this is what we got so far. Little destroyer. It's got a fairly decent laser, got a fairly decent medium fire rate hash gun. That's doing quite some damage actually. Yeah. .6 cooldown. That's 1.8 per barrel. Oh, sorry, per in total. That's actually 30 is a little bit low. 1.8. That should be about. Make it 40 if there's a little bit of a break, whatever. I prefer to not set a fire rate, but for multi-barrel guns, that would mean basically shotgun fire, or barrels fire at the same time, then reload. And I prefer having a sustained fire rate, so for multi-barrel designs I actually need to set a fire rate. Interesting. Let's actually clear both clips and fire those. And see what's up. Come on, you can't take that long for loading. Maybe you can. Let's see. What the? Apparently I got different amounts of coolers on both. Yeah, same amount of loaders, but apparently different amount of coolers. That's weird. Actually, this one could be higher up. So you can go. What are you? Why is there a gauge increase on whatever? That's as high as it gets. And I apparently need a gauge increase, but I prefer to... Let's just put it here, whatever. Did that fix it? Wrong gun, wrong gun. Still not equal. Oh, it's a pain. Is there something I can do to increase the side's capacity? There we go. Cooling unit, please. What do we have? 3.05, 3.32. I think taking that, placing it here, should then fix that little bit of imbalance. Yeah, so 3.32, 3.32, that's, let's quickly open calc. 6 divided by 3.32 times 2 is 36 rounds per minute, which means I can leave the 40 in here, doesn't really matter. There'll be a small break in firing, but I don't have the ammunition to keep firing continuously anyway, so whatever. Actually, let's see if I can fix the armor issue a little bit. Complex controller, let's move you here. Chair. Let's move you right here. Fire control computer. Let's move that here. Transceiver upwards. Is it connected? It's connected. So now let's essentially doubling the ammo. Problem is, a single metal beam will not be able to withstand if one of those explodes, and I don't like all my ammo blowing up, so I'll have to... yeah. Let's max it full beams. And this should do. And yeah, it's a lot of armor in one place. But, on the other hand, it's well armored. The ship will be well shielded and it's in the back, so a lot of shells will actually hit behind it. Especially once it's at the speed I want it to be at in the end. But yeah, we'll see how much of a problem that's going to be. For now though, it should please take a seat, thank you. For now though, it should allow this gun to fire a bit longer before it runs out of ammo. So far it's still firing from internal ammo. Hasn't started reloading yet, now it's reloading. And the ammunition is keeping up. Finally. Well, it's almost keeping up. But whatever. Difference is small enough that I don't really care. That should be one nasty gun to face. The other problem with the ammunition is I got the ammo in 2 chunks around here. I don't really have the space anywhere else. In the bow I got the lamps. There's a little bit of space around here, but that's probably going to be storage. And maybe the processing for the AI. Then I got the turret, the engine, the main laser, shell, and currently the AI. And then I'm already at the back with the ammo. There really is not much space in this craft. And maybe I'll use the space on the sides here, to the left and right of the lamps core, for copper missiles or torpedoes. Because having those, even just a couple of those, makes the craft significantly more reliable. As it's on the one hand it's another weapon system, so harder to disable all weapons. And on the other, missiles are overall a rather reliable system that even against well shielded and armor targets still deal solid damage, especially EMP missiles. Lamps is a problem, but lamps is always a problem, just like flak and flares. Still, against many craft it'll deal some bonus damage, and every little bit counts. On the other hand, we got already armor problems, so I won't be able to do all that much in terms of missiles. We'll see where it goes. Yeah. Armor is done. This is a problem. If I keep these, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 times 2, 20. That's 2 materials per second only for ammunition. Could be worse. Way worse. But it's also not great. For now though, I'll simply move those inside. And worry about great or not great later. Actually, let's do some math. Shell. We got 2 to 8 millimeters. 2 to 8 millimeters. Thank you very much. That means 155.8 ammo per shell. At about 35 RPM. Times 2. Open calculator again. Under 65, 156 ammo per shell. Times 35 shells per gun. Times 2 guns. Is about 11k ammo per minute. If I look, yeah, should have that right. No, that can't be. That's too much. Per minute. Per second, that's 182 ammo. That's a lot of ammo. I need for 182 ammo per second, I need 18.2 ammo processors. Or 182 ammo boxes. I got 64 ammo boxes, so half of that is taken care of. So I need 10 ammo processors to actually sustain the fire rate. So let's see, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a little bit extra just in case. Material storage. That should do. And just because while we're at it, repair boards. Let's add a couple. 1, 2. Yeah, that should actually, let's make it 8. A nice even binary number. Can the tool still turn perfectly? Yeah, it can. And with that we should have, removing the damage, we should have significantly less problems actually facing off against anyone. Since now all the vulnerable bits are underground, inside the hull, and only the hull itself is on the outside. Yeah. I'm quite happy with how stable the ship actually is. Even without the PID that's currently active. It's a little bit lower in the water than I would like. I would like these to be just above the water. Why is this disconnected? Because I derped up? Yeah, that's why. I now need this. Oh, this is going to be annoying. And fixed. Yeah, fixed. So easy to mess up. Cost 56k. So in total today we added 3k materials to the craft cost. I would say it's shaping up. Though this tool is still ugly as sin. And the detection is certainly not well protected. Not even slightly protected, in fact. This should do. At least until I actually design an actual superstructure. There's a 56k craft, so let's actually try something fun. Let's see how that's working out. I'm fairly sure you, most of you have already faced the, yeah, the lamps is not quite strong enough. I wonder why though. I mean, as you can see, this ship doesn't really have a lot of armor. It's double metal and a single layer of alloy, and a bunch of metal on top, and it still was able to withstand the cram shells from the capital just fine. Yeah, it really needs to fix its laser, however. Let's see what's happening on the other end, except the laser going or disc on us. So yep, that seems to have hurt. There isn't all that much firing at us anymore. The laser's getting repaired as well. We are seeing a massive increase in accuracy. And another tool disabled. That's quite the amount of blocks that's actually being peeled off here. No clue why it thinks that's going backwards is better than forward. And actually, let's get rid of that notion ASAP. Hey, you. Nope. Yeah, and that's something I need to fix. It just melted off its own turret. Luckily, that turret is rather resistant to damage and easily repaired, but still shouldn't be. And now the lamp is able to easily keep up. Mostly. Yeah. The laser might not deal the most damage possible, but at this point I'm fairly certain the laser does deal good damage. Let's actually improve that a little bit. I would like a card that's an aim point card, please. I would like it right here. And I would like to focus for 5 seconds. I intentionally lowered it so that it doesn't get stuck trying to shoot something that it's so heavily armored it can't be destroyed by the weapon system, or behind multiple layers of smoke or stuff like that. But it should still fire long enough to actually make progress towards it. So the fewer ammunition and AI spots the target has, the quicker it's actually chewing through the defenses and actually getting to it. So overall it should be doing quite nicely. Apparently there's something back here that still wants to be rid of. No clue what though. Yeah. And that's a 50k craft that just defeated 126k craft. Well, I said just defeated, it's still fighting, but I guess we can easily see how the fight's going to turn out. What I could do is I could edit the shell for the main gun in front of you. It's firing faster than 15 RPM, by quite a bit actually, but faster than 15 RPM is the key part, which in turn means that tracer rounds work, and work as good or better than fin stabilizing, or stabilization fins, or whatever they're called. So by adding a couple of tracers to the shell, well, one tracer to the shell, would actually increase the accuracy of this gun by quite a bit. But at present I believe that the majority of the inaccuracy of that gun is not from actually the gun itself or the shell, but just from the AI settings. As you can see, it's wriggling around a lot, trying to accurately fire the spot. Yeah, just not happening. Yep, and that's that. So, what do you guys want me to focus on next? I put in the turret, so it's no longer a placeholder system. I yeah, put in the ammo, improved the improved the ammo, put in the armor. Moved all the placeholder systems, well, except for the detection systems inside. So, what do you guys think I should do next? Style? Make it look pretty? Well, we could do that. Question is defining pretty. I mean, it's not a bad craft so far. Well, if we ignore that junk and that chunk. But I personally quite like the hull shape. I'm fine with that turret cap, even though it's not perfect. I should probably extend that out a little bit. Make it go back a little bit further, elongate it a bit, and most importantly cover the top. Which also means extending that sensor one block up, so it's still being able to look out. Any other suggestions? Besides looks? Well, I can certainly at least save the craft as D variant. Because actually this is a good spot for a break. We almost got 2 hours of the stream in. So I take a quick break, drop by the Discord, and we'll resume in about an hour. Yeah, I drop by in the Discord, then we can, the Discords, multiple Discords, let me actually link the Discord. I think it's currently the most active, which happens to be Borderwisers. There you go. That's Borderwiser's Discord. Borderwise is a fellow streamer. Sorry, fellow YouTube content producer. So feel free to drop by and enjoy his content. Yeah, he makes great vids. Nice reviews of subscriber crafts. So if you got a craft you want some feedback on, you'll get to that. At least eventually. He's a little bit flooded with submissions so far. He has a Nita campaign, and yeah, feel free to drop by. I'm usually around somewhere there. And if there's interest, I'll also post the blueprint of the destroyer I got so far in there or on the workshop. Though on the workshop only once it's fully done. I really dislike putting half-baked craft on the workshop. It just doesn't feel right to me. That being said, wrong tab. That being said, thank you so much for watching so far. I resume in about an hour. At present we got about 1400. I resume at about 1500 German summertime, or GMT plus 2. So in about 52 minutes according to my clock. Yeah, see you all then.